Welcome back to the Dragon Den, my loyal Dragonites. King of Dragons 5000 is back with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Hasbro Star Wars Black Series R5-D4. So here we have R5-D4 posed and out of the packaging, and before we have a look at the figure, let's run through his accessories. R5 does come with 6 little tools that can go into his little hatches, which all look really nice. Other than that, R5 does not come with any other accessories, so with that out of the way, let's move on to his details. So here we have a closer look at R5-D4, and I have to say Hasbro has done a major improvement on these astromech droids. They actually went back and retooled the proper size for them, which is a very nice little detail. Taking a look at his headpiece, it's a very well sculpted head sculpt for the R5 units. You can see he does have an antenna on the right side of his head, which looks good, and I love the sensory rays on the front of his head. I love the fact that the accent details on the sides and on the back are actually separate pieces, which does bring a lot of character to the R5 units. And the bottom of the head, which was originally a sticker, is now sculpted detail, which is a huge improvement. The body on R5 is done very well. I love all the sculpted details that he has all throughout his panels. The opening hatches on either side of his body are painted in red, and they do look really clean here. Add to it the blues where they are applied are very clean, and it's something you really don't see out of Hasbro too often. And he does have these really impressive vents which are sculpted and painted beautifully. They're outlined in blue underneath his little red arms. And then we have a lot of silver accents just going throughout the rest of his body, and those do look really good. On the back of his chassis, he does have 3 more red plates which are painted really well. However, you don't have too much painted detail other than the little ports on the bottom of his body. The legs are actually applied in the proper configuration on this new updated version. We have 2 screws on the front of his leg and what appears to be a piston on the back of his leg. And then we do have this really nice blue accent with another silver piston. On the bottom of his ankles, we do have some more silver pistons which are accented with blue. On the front of his feet, we do have these copper cables which look really good and are painted really nicely. We also have some more silver accents which are done on the front of his feet as well as the back. And his third leg has this really impressive sculpt. Now unfortunately it's not painted and has no other details other than the sculpt. So overall, he does have a lot of nice detail, and the paintwork on him is pretty good for what we have here. So with R5's details out of the way, let's get him compared to our usual suspects. Here we have R5 posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and DC Multiverse Superman. Mattel's WWE Elite Series and Mezco's 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. The Lightning Collection White Ranger and the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, we have the new R5-D4 posed next to the original R5-D4 from Black Series. So as you can see, huge improvement over that original R5 unit, and I like what Hasbro has done with these droids. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's have a look at his articulation. R5's head does a full 360. His head also extends, revealing storage for all of his tools. The red accents on his chassis do hinge outward. The side panels do open up, revealing ports for his accessories. His legs do a full 360. He has a hinge in his ankles. The third leg does drop down, and the third leg also has a hinge. So your standard astromech droid articulation here for R5-D4. With everything said and done, let's get him posed for my final thoughts. The Star Wars Black Series R5-D4 is a really good update to that original R5 unit that we got several years ago. It's a great thing that Hasbro went back and actually scaled the astromech droids to proper scale here. Because the astromech droids are larger, the detailing on them is much crisper than the original figure. I love the homage to episode 1 where the astromech droid's head would extend, and the fact they incorporated accessory storage for these guys is really impressive. I especially love the fact that now the head can rotate independently of that third leg, so there's no more gimmicks here with the astromech droids in terms of lowering their third leg. One small thing I did notice is on the original astromech droids, they did have more paint applications, making them appear a little bit dirty, where this one does appear very clean. And being an astromech droid, they will have very limited articulation, but it's pretty much what you expect out of any astromech droid from Star Wars. R5-D4 is one of my favorite astromech droids, and I really love the design of the R5 units. I actually want to pick up more of these to customize them, so really good job on Hasbro updating this figure to be as good as it is. If you're a fan of the Star Wars Black Series, you're definitely going to want to pick up these new astromech droids, seeing as how they are in proper scale. And R5 is a huge component of the Mandalorian story, so you definitely want to pick him up if you're a fan of the Mandalorian. So with that being said, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out all my other action figure videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, recent pickups, latest prints, and as always, ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my fellow Dragonites, coming from the Dragon Den, I'm King of Dragons 5000, reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.